Hello, my name's PeteMullin. I would like to make some comment on the recent issue of a report by the United States on criticising China's human rights. It seems somewhat misplaced in view of the fact that it was only a few weeks ago that Hillary Clinton was requesting that the Chinese government continue to buy American bonds in an effort to assist in their current financial situation. Indeed, if we look at the record of the United States human rights and that of the Chinese human rights over the last 30 years, we will see that China has made great leaps forward in improving the rights of the ordinary Chinese citizen. An example of the rights of the Chinese people being neglected is the recent sale of two bronze sculptures sold at Christie's in London. Two sculptures that were looted, illegally taken from China in 1870, and despite several representations by the Chinese government to have these sculptures returned, they were still sold to an individual buyer for £40 million. What then are the rights of the Chinese people, the rights of their own heritage? The criticism of the Chinese government with regard to their ethnic minorities and religious groups, again in comparison with the United States, China has made massive leap forwards in improving these situations. Further criticism was directed at the Chinese judicial system, one that, in my opinion, and I am sure I am not alone in this, is far better than many of the judicial systems in other civilized countries. In my view, based on articles that I've read, it seems to me that the rights of the victim are paramount rather than the rights of the perpetrator. It is fair to say that in any civilized judicial system there will always be mistakes. In many civilized judicial systems there are in place procedures to limit as far as possible these mistakes. If people were to take the trouble to examine in some depth the Chinese judicial system, they would see that they also have in place appeals procedures that the perpetrators of crimes can take up. The difference, maybe, or certainly in my opinion, is that these appeals are not dragged out but are dealt with quickly and efficiently, and if found to be upheld, dealt with as quickly. If the appeal is has failed and not been proved, the sentence of the court is swiftly carried out. This, in my opinion, gives the rights of the victim and the family of victims priority over the perpetrator of these crimes. It should be in the situation that the world now finds itself in that instead of criticising other countries, and it appears to me that China is receiving an unfair amount of criticism, that we should be embracing countries such as China, who have one of the strongest economics systems in the world at the moment, to assist in correcting the financial turmoil that we find ourselves in. Far too often it appears to me that the United States, who are the instigators of the current financial situation, too quickly step into the fore, criticising other countries that appear to be coping with a difficult situation better than they are. Indeed, China should be recognised for a lot of the benefits that they now give. Not only the present benefits that they are implementing worldwide, but let us not forget the current benefits that we all enjoy that are directly or indirectly due to China's past. China's turmoil has turned around to the benefit of the Chinese people. Let us learn from this and move forward and not criticise what the minority of people perceive to be the defects of China, but let us look at the qualities that China has to offer. Thank you. Your comments will be appreciated.